based on performance, so that would increase with like the certain medals and like that you'd bring back, and certain fights you'd have to win, but you'd have to like keep achieving that to stay at that band level.
The Champ and Contender Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Champ and Contender Podcast. My name is Joseph J. Jones.
My name is Fabian Collymore.
I'm a singer-songwriter.
And I'm an ex-athlete for Great Britain.
And we talk to the champs and contenders of this world, all the way from my little pub in my back garden, the Champ and Contender. We talk to just about everybody. We talk to musicians, we talk to actors, we talk to athletes, we talk to cooks, chefs, and we love talking to boxers. And I am particularly happy today because we have our first female boxer in the pub. Finally. Yes, big up the women. Listen, it's none other than Matchroom professional fighter Shona Whitwell. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm happy to be here.
Good.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cambridge, innit?
Yeah, Cambridge. I'm out in the sticks in a little village called Warboys in Cambridgeshire. So, yeah, it's a bit of a trek from here, but it's worth it.
Oh, no. You staying over though, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm staying over. I'm training tomorrow at Matchroom Gym. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I appreciate you coming to the pub. We both do. Shona, for those who don't know you, tell us who you are and what you do.
So currently I'm a professional fighter. I'm 1-0, and I've come from the amateur background. I was on Team GB for about 8 years, and I've just made it into professional ranks, and just starting off really.
Your amateur career then, talk to us a little bit about that. Like, where did it all start for you in boxing?
So started when I was about 5, just done it for a bit of fun really, you know, it's like just running around the hall, bit of dodgeball, bit of hitting a bag, do you know what I mean, nothing serious anyway. But my dad had just opened St Ives Boxing Academy literally that year, so I was like begging him to join, and he was like, oh, like you're only 5, but you know, it was a bit of fun. And then just done that for a few years, and then until it started to get serious. I think I was doing ballet at the time as well.
Right.
So I was doing a bit of boxing, a bit of ballet. And about 10 years old, I thought, do you know what? I actually just want to be a boxer. So I quit the ballet, sacked that in. And then, I had my first fight when I was 12, I think, on our home show.
Okay.
And then, I've had about 100 amateur fights in total.
Wow.
It's quite a lot actually. I wanted to make it to the 100 mark before I turned over, and I did, so I'm happy with that. So I worked my way through national titles. I won about 7. One of them was elite as a senior. And then worked my way up through England, boxing the Europeans, World Championships, and then finally made it on to Team GB, where everything got real serious and tense, but no, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
What was the biggest thing you learned during your amateur career?
Probably that you've got to embrace the highs and the lows. Like, don't expect it to be like plain sailing, because it's not. It is a roller coaster. But there's been many highs and many lows for me. Many injuries, time out, COVID, just all sorts really that, you have to overcome. I could have sacked it in like so many times, but I didn't. So just being persistent with it and just like riding the wave, I suppose.
So what's being on Team GB really like then?
It has its pros and cons, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the overall experience, like, I loved it. You're doing what you love full time. You're not got like a job. That is your job. Traveling to all these countries. You'd have like 3 to 5 fights on the trot when you go to these tournaments. Wow. And obviously like the feeling of getting on the podiums and living with like all your mates. Like all my mates now are through boxing. Like, I just think they're the best kind of people. Do you know what I mean? Like, we all live the same life. And you've got your own houses, your own flats, like you're living with them day in, day out. Obviously go home on the weekends, but it's kind of like, I suppose, like uni vibes. Do you know what I mean? You can't, there's no partying. It's just training and hard work. But it was, I really enjoyed it for what it was. But obviously, like, on the flip side, there was a lot of politics involved, a lot of pressure. You know, people don't really see what it's like up there. You know, you're constantly fighting for that number one spot. So you'd probably have about, you know, 3 or 4 people at your weight fighting for that one spot to be selected for these tournaments. So people just think, oh, you're just going to these tournaments. But no, you've got every day, like on the track, you know, you're being judged, you're being watched, you're being timed. Every run is a race. Every spar you've got to win. Like, you're constantly being watched, constantly being judged. And you know what I mean? That takes its toll over time. And then you're kind of making like frenemies. So, and it gets, especially with the girls, it'd get a bit bitchy at times. Especially in the build up to the Olympics. But yeah, so there is a bit of a mix. But
Pressure.
yeah, it's pressure. It is, and I think that sticks with you. To be honest, like now I've come off of that. Like when I left GB, it was kind of like a weight was like lifted off my shoulders, just because of that pressure that was built up. And now I feel like I'm kind of living like my career, like for me, like I'm more in charge of my own career, and I'm not, you know, competing against anyone else. I'm just there for me. So yeah.
So it's a question I've always wanted to ask about Team GB, because obviously
It's different.
this guy here is a Team GB member as well. You're under a nice little huddle. I'm just a fat kid sitting in a corner. So in terms of, you said about you get paid to be like GB. So
Yeah.
in terms of, I don't want to know numbers, I'm not asking that, but
Yeah.
like, is it like a monthly salary through Team GB?
Yeah, so you get a monthly salary. It's all like tax free as well because it's like through the lottery. But yeah, so that was positive in that aspect, because you know you haven't got to rely on sponsors, and you haven't got, well, you didn't really have time to get like a part-time job outside anyway.
No.
It was just, you know, like full-time boxing. When you're up there, you're training 3 times a day. When you're back home, you're still training. Apart from Sunday, you'd have off. So, and we were up there Monday to Thursday. So come home Friday, Saturday, still training. But yeah, so you get that like monthly salary, and then it's based on performance. So that would increase with like the certain medals and like that you'd bring back, and certain fights you'd have to win, but you'd have to like keep achieving that to stay at that band level.
So tough.
More pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, out of like a lot of the countries that I've heard at, like Ireland, for example, they have it a lot worse. They have a lot of like expectations that they have to meet just to stay on the team. Do you know what I mean? And like, I think only a few of them are actually funded, whereas on Team GB, everyone's funded no matter what. Obviously, it's different funding for different people and different achievements, but I know on the Irish team, there's only like 2 or 3 of them that are actually getting paid. They're all working or relying on sponsorship. So in that way, I am grateful for like what Team GB gave me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what it was like for you, but
Tough. It was tough
Yeah.
as well. What Olympic Games was you trying to go for?
so I was trying to go for the last one in Paris.
Okay.
It didn't work out for me, unfortunately. It's kind of a hard pill to swallow.
Right.
I did go to 2 qualifiers, but yeah, it just didn't happen for me, unfortunately.
Why is that? Is that down to politics at all within?
So the first qualifiers, 6 weeks before, I torn 3 of my ligaments in my ankle. It's just a freak accident. Boys were messing around in the gym, S&C. I always get injured in S&C. It's just a bit of a pattern. But yeah, so rolled my ankle because someone hit a medicine ball at my ankle.
Oh,
And yeah, anyway, this was, and everything was going right. I think I'd just been to 2 tournaments, got gold in both of them, like I was flying. Do you know what I mean? I think it was the best I was performing. And then obviously that happened. My ankle's ballooned up, and I was just like, oh, you're joking me. So I've worked so hard to like kind of project like that, and then obviously that's happened. But it's just my luck. That's just how it worked out for me. But yeah, anyway, long story short, managed to just push through it, get back on my feet. I mean, I didn't have much sparring, not much prep by the time I was actually able to do anything. But they still let me go to the qualifiers because I'd earned it. But yeah, the prep was just so poor. So I don't like to come up with excuses, but it was poor and it just, I didn't perform. And then the second one, I think all the pressure just built up and got on top of me. Like, again, I'd like proved myself to box for the second one. And I actually drew the same girl that I lost to in the first qualifiers. Mm-hmm. So out of 42 girls, I drew that girl first. So... yeah. At this point, you're just like, but I was like, right, it's okay, because I actually beaten her. Like, so this is the third time I boxed her. But yeah, I just, to be honest, I think all the years and all the pressure and everything just really got on top of me, and I just didn't perform, even though I could have beat this girl because I've beaten her before. So unfortunately, that didn't go to plan either. And then the third one, again, got back on my feet and then, started to perform again. And then all of a sudden I get a message from Kelly Harrington,
right.
Olympic gold medalist,
yeah,
Irish. And she was like, have you seen this article? And I was like, what article? She sends me an article about Amy Broadhurst.
Yeah.
It said that she's joining Team GB. And obviously I'd just come back from camp that day and I was like, what? Like, surely, like, this ain't right. So it's got sent that, and I was like, that's weird. So obviously, like, called them up, and they were like, nothing's confirmed yet. And I was like, okay. Long story short, she ends up coming on the programme. Obviously, she's not English. She's never boxed for England. She come on the programme, and then she ended up getting on, and within 2 weeks, she got sent to the third qualifier. So obviously there was me, there was Gemma Richardson. We were both on Team GB fighting for that lightweight spot. I'd been on there 8 years. She was probably on there 5-6 years. Do you know what I mean? That's a lot of years to then, 2 weeks before them just find a loophole, bring someone in and just take our spot. So again, hard pill to swallow. But, I don't actually blame Amy because, if that was anybody and they could find a loophole to join a team because they didn't get selected for their own team, you're going to try and do it. It's the Olympics. Every boxer's selfish. So you've got to be selfish. So I don't actually blame her. I just don't like the way it was handled and all the politics around it. But she didn't actually qualify. So no one really won in that situation anyway. Okay. So, it was kind of one of those things. And I was like, I think that's it now. I think my time's done on Team GB. I think, I've done a lot. I've seen a lot. I've been on there for 8 years. I think, I was like, I need a new chapter. Like, I was starting to fall out of love with the sport. Like I said, there were so many highs, but also so many lows. I think out of 8 years, I probably only competed for about 4 due to injuries, COVID, things like that. So, I just needed a fresh start, I think.
You can tell that it's still quite fresh for you in a weird way.
Yeah.
But, saying that, I mean, you've achieved something amazing going into professional boxing. I've had a lot of boxers on here that talk about, like, amateurs over a professional route any day. But the public see the professional route, and see the shine of someone's talent through that road, if you know what I mean. So how did you... Well, so many questions into one here. How did you turn that around in the Olympics? When did Matchroom come knocking? Like, what was the route from Team GB to professional boxing?
So obviously I left GB. Obviously I knew it was time, but also I needed to give my body a bit of a rest because it was 8 years of just constant, like, obviously in the pros it's a lot different. You've got one fight date, you have like a 10-week camp or whatever, and then you can have your time off and then reset, go again. With Team GB, it was literally like you'd get 2 weeks notice, like, oh, you're boxing here, you're boxing there, like, there was no notice. You was constantly ready. Do you know what I mean? You was up there Monday to Thursday, but you was training 6 days a week regardless, and you was always ready. Like, if you were lucky, you'd get a week off after a tournament, but then you'd be back in, and then you'd probably have another tournament 3 or 4 weeks later. So it was just a constant cycle. So I needed to give my body that rest. So I did have a fair few months off, I'm not gonna lie, probably feeling sorry for myself, you know, but also just like enjoying just being like a normal human being. Do you know what I mean? Like obviously you'll get that, like you know, it's just so different.
But it's even like anybody like going through anything, actors getting turned around for roles, like at least you didn't go to drinking drugs or nothing.
Well,
you know what I mean?
exactly. Do you know, it's hard because like you can go out GB and you can feel about yourself, or you can feel like, you know, you're falling out of love with the sport, but nobody cares. Like you've got to be there and you've got to be performing. Like you could be really depressed one day or one week and like nobody cares. Do you know what I mean? You've still got to just keep performing, and there's someone chasing your tail constantly. So you ain't got time to really embrace those emotions. You kind of just got to get on with it.
Yeah.
So it was nice just to kind of like let go of all that and all that pressure and just kind of like ride the emotions and try and just get over, like, you know, because obviously the Olympics is like the pinnacle of, you know, amateur boxing, and that's all obviously everything that I've ever trained for and ever wanted. So obviously to move past that was kind of hard for me. It's still hard now, you know. It's just a heartbreaking moment. Like, you know, I've been performing, and then just got to that point where it just, everything just took over, and it just didn't happen. But so now it's come to that point where, you know, I've had to start a new path, and I'm going to be honest, I've never really thought about professional boxing. Like it's never really something that'd come into my mind. You know, some people are like, yep, can't wait to turn pro. You know, you've seen all these amateurs now, just as soon as they turn senior, I'm not bothered about GB, I'm just going to go turn pro. A lot of them are doing that now, I think because they're hearing stories and stuff, I don't know, but people are turning over young. But I'd always just been like, you know, at the time I had a very amateur style, you know, pick and move, like, and that was just, all my mindset was just focused on that. But so it's been difficult, like adjusting to the fact that I've got to let that go now, and I've got a new path to take. It took a few months off, and then started to, you know, see what gyms are out there. Obviously I'm kind of out in the sticks, so wanted to kind of move away from that and just, you know, find a team that would be good for me, that's, you know, got good connections and good. I wanted like a kind of a good stable like Team GB, where you've got all those people training around you, you know, motivating you and like training alongside you. So I ended up joining the Matchroom gym with Tony Sims and John Ryder. My partner Reese put me in touch with them because he's got a good relationship with Tony. And so far it's going well.
Reese is a boxing coach as well, right?
Yeah, so he's a England coach at the moment, but he's also just opened his own amateur club, the Wolves Den. That's been going for about a year now, and it's just flying, to be honest.
Isn't it? Like, we know each other. Well, we don't know each other, but we have a mutual friend. He's my cousin-in-law, if you want to put it like that. So my wife's cousin, Callum St. Romain, thanks for linking us up. Yeah, big shout out. Lovely lad.
Shout out, does my S&C.
So, I mean, so much information there. Like,
I've got a question.
Go for it.
How do you cope with the 3 different opinions on boxing between Ryder, Sims, and your boyfriend?
To be honest, Reese is actually really good. Like he'll help me tick over when I'm out of camp and I'm not training and stuff like that. But he knows that, you know, he's not a professional coach, you know. He knows the difference, and he's just like happy to just point me in the right direction, which he has, and he's put me in touch with these. And obviously Tony's so experienced and he's had some amazing fighters, so just to like be around his presence and like his knowledge is amazing. And obviously like John Ryder is actually my coach now, and I just think what better person than a class, you know, southpaw fighter to pass on his knowledge to me, who's also a southpaw. So hopefully he can teach me some little tricks. But I just think he's he's got a lot of knowledge. He's been there, he's done that. And he's also taken on the females in the gym as well. Okay. So, which is quite interesting. So he's coaching me, Ramla, Maisie at the moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and you know the whole gym's full of great upcoming prospects. Yeah. So that's what you want, really.
What's that like though? Having the girls. Well, I guess you done it on Team GB.
Yeah.
This is a higher level now, I guess.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, we're all different weights, so it's not like no one's competing against each other. Do you know what I mean? It's nice because we're all just bouncing off each other, all just supporting each other. It's just a different kind of vibe, do you know what I mean? Yeah. But it's nice because, you know, like on the runs and stuff, we're all competitive, like me and Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all competitive, but then at the same time, we're all supporting each other, and like, obviously they've all had a fair few fights now, but it's nice to be in that kind of environment, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And Ramla. Yeah, may I add, he used to train Ramla, so he was
really
long time ago.
Yeah.
So you brought her through, didn't you? Really?
Yeah. I wouldn't say I brought her through.
You helped her out. You helped her out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So can we just tell that little story?
Which one?
So you've
Craig.
Craig. Oh, so you've been teaching Craig Craig Richards, by the way, Spider, to run a little bit faster, but you've beat his time.
Yeah, he was telling me only the other day, oh yeah, I've got some sprinter that's helping me, you know, with my running technique, and I was like, oh, didn't know I'd meet you in the next few weeks. But it's all right, mate. It's all right, Craig, because I'm sure I'll get some.
He's coming back for you, though. Don't worry. Craig's coming back.
Well, do you know what? You could just say, well, hold on, show me a thing or two as well, when you just get
well, he actually does a bit of running club as well. I mean, I'm not that obsessed with it, do you know what I mean? Like,
no.
But
I'll help you out, don't worry. I'll give you some tips.
So let's talk about Matchroom then. Like, how did that happen for you? Like, you said, you know, you got put in touch with Tony Sims through Reese, and I mean, Tony Sims is an amazing coach anyway. Like a little fact, he gave me my first ever gig. You've heard that before, I guess. But he, like, really nice bloke, brilliant trainer. What's the whole Matchroom thing like, signing for them? Do you meet Eddie? Do you sign and all that?
Well, I'm not actually signed with Matchroom, and also,
right.
I think times are changing, to be honest, like, especially for the females anyway. But yeah, so it's called the Matchroom Gym, but at the moment, there's me, Rampton. Do you know Rampton? Yeah, he's on GB. He's actually with Queensbury as well. So I think people are starting to like branch off now, but obviously Tony's got a good relationship with Eddie, so at the time people would obviously go straight to Matchroom. But yeah, obviously, times are changing now. There's more promoters. There's, you know, big offers. Obviously, Ramler's now with MVP, Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So it's all changing now. Currently, I'm not actually signed with anyone. I'm a free agent, if anyone's interested.
Well, we're starting now.
Yeah. So, yeah. So at the moment, you know, people are going off in their own sort of different directions. So, yeah.
Is it, you want to take it as far as possible, the professional route then? Do you want to, is it like Southern area, British titles, world titles? Do you want to go the length of the distance?
Yeah, 100%. Like, obviously now my mindset's having to change. You know, it's not the Olympics anymore. It's now, you know, I want to be getting world titles, you know, British titles, Commonwealth, world titles eventually.
Do you think you can?
Yeah, I do. And I just need the right backing, you know, promoter-wise, in order to do that. Obviously, I've got a good team around me now with Reese, with John, with Tony. You know, I have got a really good team around me. I just need that backing, really, and that chance.
Is there someone in the eye, like, that you would love? You love their team, you know, their setup, their promotional values?
Well, at the moment, I think MVP are doing a great job so far. Like, I think I'm talking about female-wise, like, because I think at the moment...
well, he's found a market for it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like female boxing was booming. Like, it was, like, say, like, a couple of years ago. And then all of a sudden, I think it's took a bit of a dip. And then obviously Jake Paul's come around, and then all of a sudden he's signing all these female fighters, and he's now obviously made that massive show on Netflix. And I feel like obviously that's only going to get bigger and bigger. I feel like a lot of the Saudi stuff's kind of taken over, with like all the boxers in this country.
Yeah.
And obviously they don't really have females on their shows, so I feel like that's where it's took a bit of a dip, because there's not really as many shows in this country at the moment. It's all abroad. So
Jake Paul's smart.
yeah,
He's
no,
very
he
smart,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, he is. And, he's taken, obviously, now Ellie Scottney. She was at Matchroom. Ramla was at Matchroom, but now she's at MVP. So he's taken, like, half-established boxers as well. So that probably will be something that I'd like to look at. Obviously, I'm only 1-0. So, and at the moment, I see they're looking for people that have had, like, a few fights. So, but, yeah, we'll just have to see if that's something that comes up. But I think I want to be somewhere where they actually take an interest in the females.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? At the moment, Queensbury don't really have many. Matchroom, only a few, but obviously, like, if your face don't fit, or if you don't have that kind of style, or that that they like, or that following, then, you're kind of just pushed to the side. Like, it's kind of like, if you don't want to have a scrap, then they're not interested. Or if you ain't got, if you ain't on OnlyFans, if you ain't got a big following, you get pushed to the side. So, which is wrong. Do you know what I mean? And
God, yeah.
I feel like, at the moment, Jake Paul's actually just signing people for their boxing skills and their achievements. So, yeah.
It's a good thing, really, because, I mean, you could go down the rabbit hole of Jake Paul's a joke and all this stuff. But
Yeah.
what actually, like, I was talking to Callum, actually, the other day about
Yeah,
Jake
yeah.
Paul. And we were having this massive debate about him. And he was like, mate, he said, he's a good boxer. Imagine you had all the money in the world and you could train 6 days a week. He's a good boxer. That's what Cal was saying to me. I was in like, oh, do you know what? Maybe. Yeah, exactly. But you do now. You do now. And why not take an avenue like women's boxing and escalate it?
Yeah.
Incredible. Like, so there you go. MVP
Yeah, he's an
and all
alright
that.
boxer, like, for how long he's been doing it for, like, but obviously the people that he's calling out and the fights that he has taken, like, come on.
Yeah.
But, push that to one side. What he's doing for female boxing is great. Do you know what I mean? It is great.
So what does John Ryder bring to the table for you as a coach?
So in my debut, I had John and Reese in my corner.
Right.
And afterwards, I was just saying, like, it was just such a good mixture. I think Tony was away training with Conor Benn, but it was such a good mixture because Reese is, like, if you know him, he's very, like, very vocal, like, he's very hot-headed, like, he will just, like, scream in your face, do you know what I mean, tell you what to do. And John Ryder, he's just so calm, like, he is just so chilled, so calm, and that's kind of what I'm used to up GB. They were, because obviously they were quite like older, like the coaches, and they were quite calm. So I had a bit of both. Do you know what I mean? Like in the rest times, John would be giving me instructions. He'd be so calm, which I needed because obviously, like, I'm like hyperventilating almost. Yeah. And then in between the rounds, like, Reese is screaming and I can hear him. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I just think John as well, because he's southpaw, like, he just knows, like, certain tricks that I can pull off, and do you know what I mean? He just using his experience from his career and putting it into me. And I just know, like, I just know he's, he is pushing it for me, and he's definitely the right coach for me, yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
What's the best advice that he's given you?
Obviously we've not actually worked together that long.
Yeah.
It's tough to say after just one fight.
Like, we are still getting to know each other.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but in that time that we have had, because it did take me a while to get my medical done and my license and all that stuff, so it was like a whole year from when I had my last amateur fight to my professional debut. So,
You really took that break, didn't you?
Yeah, I enjoyed the break, but then, it was quite a few months, obviously, training down there with John. But we're still getting used to each other, still learning from each other. But I can't really put my finger on it, but it is just certain things that it will tell me to do that worked for him as a southpaw. So yeah.
Who along the way have you competed against? Have you got any interesting sparring stories with people that are in the public eye? like in terms of, you know, people that have gone pro now?
Do you know what? I've shared the ring with like so many amazing females. Do you know what I mean?
Tell us.
I've fought Sandy Ryan, I've fought Ellie Scottney, Tyzee Gallagher, Amy Andrews. You know, they're all off and they're obviously fighting for titles and stuff like that. Obviously Ellie, what she's done, obviously she had a punch perfect performance at the weekend. So I've shared the ring with them. Kelly Harrington, I really looked up to her. Like, other than Katie Taylor, I think she's the best Irish fighter to come out of Ireland, other than Katie. And I ended up sharing the ring with her. Unfortunately, like because we're good mates as well, she'd have me over for like sparring camps and stuff. I actually did help her prep for the last Olympics. Obviously, when I didn't qualify, she invited me to help prep her for the Olympics, and obviously she got gold. So
wow,
just I just helped her out.
It's partly your gold as well.
Yeah.
Take it.
But we were good friends. But then we met in the Europeans. I boxed 3 times, and the third time, obviously 2 wins. The third one was against her for the medal in the Europeans, and obviously I knew I was up against it because of what she's won and how big she was. I mean, I think it was a flip of the coin, to be honest. I lost on a 3-2 split, and it was a flip of the coin. Like, I really think it was that close. So that was a highlight, definitely.
See, when you spar these girls, do you feel like, you know what, I sparred them, I'm definitely at that level as well?
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, like, on GB, all the spars were so competitive, like, obviously because everyone's trying to take everyone's heads off, like, they're fighting for that spot, you know what I mean? But you'd always get, like, some pros come down and stuff like that, and and you'd realise, like, I deserve to be up there, do you know what I mean?
Is there a big difference between the amateurs and pros when you're training, when you're sparring?
Well, I think now, obviously, it's 2 minutes for the pros, isn't it? So it is actually not that different, to be honest, because the twos just go so fast. So I do think it's still fairly like amateur pace. That's why I feel like, you know, transitioning hasn't really been that hard for me. Like, I thought it would be. Like, say it was 3 minutes, I'd probably have to, you know, slow it down more, sit down on my shots a bit more. Obviously I'm still doing that now, just not exaggerated as it would be in a 3-minute round. But yeah, because of 2 minutes, they're so quick, so intense. It is still like that amateur pace. So
is it, I mean, 3 fights a week to now like 1 maybe every quarter of the year. Does that frustrate you? Do you just want to go like, oh, this is BS, I want to have a fight like every other day, you know? Like, how, I suppose it's like, how do you keep your body ticking over like for those main events? And it's like a kettle boiling, right? Yeah. It's like the only way I can relate to it, I'm a musician, it's like, when's the track coming out? When's the song going to be released? You know, it's the only way I could ever relate to any sports people on this show.
You're literally speaking my mind right now, because it is frustrating, like, and it's something I'm having to learn to deal with, because like you say, like, I was constantly out, like every like 4 weeks at least I'd be out, different country or sparring camp, do you know what I mean? There'd always be something, you're always staying ready. Whereas now it's kind of like, well, you have your camp and then you fight and then you just have a bit of a rest, have a bit of a tick over until you've got that date again. And it's kind of like I'm still learning on the job, to be honest with you. But yeah, so obviously I had my debut in April. I'm still kind of waiting on a date. I've had like promises for like contracts and stuff, but not going to go too into it. But obviously I would have had a fight in place if, you know, I wasn't still waiting. So it is frustrating. But yeah, I'm just waiting for a fight date now, which is... I'm itching to go, do you know what I mean? So I'm just ticking over at the moment, but like you say, you've got to find that balance of resting, ticking over, or training hard, like, whereas I've always just been used to just thrashing my body and just training hard all the time. But then you've always had that, like, that fight, like, coming up in a few weeks in your head, like, to motivate you, do you know what I mean? But now I'm kind of just ticking over and I'm like, well, I don't really know where I'm going or Do you know what I mean?
I suppose this is where pro boxers become the brand in the meantime. Like, what else sells for the fight?
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like, is the social side of things something that you like to do, or is it, you know, let's just say Ramlat Ali, for example, you know, Vogue. I mean, that's
Incredible,
Versace,
yeah.
Versace. I mean, that's just insane. I mean, have you been approached by anyone at the moment?
No, to be honest, Ramla's doing a great job. She's got a great profile, just from her background and stuff. But yeah, to be honest, like, when you're on GB, like, they don't really prepare you for any of this. Like, you kind of literally just go in the gym, train, go back. You ain't got to worry about socials, pleasing anybody, getting your name out there, like, because you're there because of like your technical ability. You've got to that spot, and like the way you keep that spot is just by performing. It isn't by putting stories up, putting posts up, reels, all that bullshit. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think you should do that from that early
Well,
stage?
yeah, looking back, I wish I kind of set myself up more, or was like I wish they educated us a bit more on that kind of stuff, because obviously, you know, the professional ranks, it's more of a business. You know, you've got to be on your socials, you've got to kind of put yourself out there in whatever way you want. But yeah, so now I'm kind of again learning on the job, just trying to get better at it, I suppose.
But say like Freddie Pullen, you know, like someone like that who we've had on the show. And what a character. I mean, the guy, if all fouls, if he goes pro, if all fouls in that route, or, you know, he might go to the Olympics as well, who knows. But say if all fouls, he's definitely DAZN bound for being a
mic man.
Mic man and all that. Like, he's just got a presence. But as well, and now Reese, don't beat me up or nothing, but like, you're an attractive girl, you know. It's like, I'm not, I mean that in a, sounds, this is going to be ridiculed now, two lads in a pub say, but no, I'm
not like a butch lesbian.
But it's a thing, like, you have to know, and this is coming from a musician, how to market yourself in this day and age of insanity. The only way I can put it is like, Lewis Capaldi wouldn't be Lewis Capaldi if he weren't funny. You know,
100%.
You got so many great singers out there that would do what he's doing, you know, but it wouldn't be that without that, or you know, just without the madness. You know, it's a mad frigging world that we live in.
It's crazy.
And I suppose it's like, it must be even harder for a female boxer, because you just know that your talent is of boxing. Like, say for example, just listening to you now, you're a very grounded girl. Like, that's what I get from you. And
I try.
No, but you are, you know, like, big up Cambridge. Like, but it's a thing, I suppose, you know, all the, like, the sex appeal of things, of fighting, you know, and, you know, what sells, say like Elle Brooke or whatever, which, you know, which
Emily
is only
Bridges.
Emily Bridges, all that stuff.
She's just been signed to MVP as well, actually.
Wow.
Emily Bridges, yeah, it's just like, you see some people that get signed and you just think like they've got there just because of their following and what they're doing and how they're putting themselves out there. And it's like, it's crazy going from GB, where you literally make it there on your ability and earning your stripes. And then you go from that to being a professional fighter, and you're almost like a nobody now. You're literally at the bottom of the pond. Do you know what I mean? And like, again, you've got to work your way up, but it's a different kind of vibe, because you've also got to put yourself out there, and like you said, it's a business, and it's a sticky one, to be honest. And I was speaking about Fred earlier, actually, because I was just like, he's just doing so well on the social side of things. Like, he's really putting himself out there. But I think it's a lot easier for blokes, I'd say, because they don't care what they look like, what they sound like. They're not insecure, do you know what I mean? And they just don't care, and they're just so like bubbly and out there. Whereas I feel like females, they can get a lot of stick depending on how they go about things. And that's why I feel like a lot of people, you know, have resorted to things like OnlyFans, and, you know,
but Misfits ain't too far away from Matchroom then. Do you know what I mean?
That's like, another thing that annoys me is Misfits, because you know, people are getting like, you know, 40 grand a fight or something for like a Misfits debut. They've never boxed in their lives, and you're just like, some professional fighters will never see that kind of money, and they're actually have been grafting for years, and like that's something I really I don't get it. Like, fair play to the boxers, you know, they're just trying to make their money. Well, the Misfits boxers, they're just trying to make the money, but it is just, you know, I think these other promoters need to just up their game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've battled the Misfits concept in my brain for so long, and we've had a number of people that have come on the show. Darren Stewart being one, who's from a UFC background, which I respect a bit more, because it's like, you know, he's done the graft, he's been in combat sport, and Darren Till's not an easy fight, and he took it just after 9 weeks and things like that. That I can get. Yeah. When YouTubers are just getting it, to me, it's a little bit like, hold on, you've got your girl Shona here, who has, like you say, got her stripes, and where's the food at? You know, where's her next meal coming from? You know, but it's such a tough one, and this is why, like, say someone like Maisie Rose, though, right? So she's a bit like Freddie, bit bubbly, bit outspoken, and things like that. But not everyone's Maisie. You know, so. Yeah, I guess because you're at the very start of it, and it's a privilege really to get you right at the start of your professional career. Yeah,
thank you.
So where do you go with it? I mean, the world. It's almost like you need someone in marketing. Do I mean, you're a free agent, as you say, so I suppose we don't know. Like, when you sign, maybe you get someone who markets you. Yeah, you know, like what. But
yeah, the way I see it is, like, I aspire to be like Katie Taylor, for example. Ellie Scotty, she's another one who, do you know what I mean? They're so down to earth. They're not out there. Like, when do you ever see anything about Katie's personal life? You never do. Do you know what I mean? Even like Ellie Scotty, she's very reserved like that. But they're just themselves. They don't, you know, fake it till they make it. They're not putting on this persona. They are just themselves, and look how far they've got. Do you know what I mean? And that's how it should be. It should be the talent is getting you there, not like what you're doing on socials or OnlyFans and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
But you put your 200,000 hours in, whatever it is, 20,000 hours in, you get it back, I suppose. I don't believe that fully, because in this world it is very difficult to crack on. But yeah, those are, you know, the people that you look up to. Like, I mean, what an incredible athlete Katie Taylor. Amazing. So if that's your guide, run with that. Like, I've got no idea about marketing a female boxer, and this isn't even advice, and I don't want to stand here and give you advice, but I'd say just stay true to yourself. Like,
that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Just stay true to myself. Like, I don't want to fake and be someone I'm not. Do you know what I mean? Just to try and get signed and just trying to impress the promoters or the audience or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
But this is our podcast. And me, if I was watching this, hearing you say that, I'd be like, I'll root for her. Because it's
how it should be. But like you say, times are changing, and social media is a powerful thing now, and that's all people care about these days. Do you know what I mean? I think Matchroom, they've just signed Meatball Molly.
Yeah.
That was another one. Like, and do you know what I mean? I didn't think she was gonna do anything else, to be honest. I thought she was retired, but yeah, it's another one, obviously, because she's got such a big platform, such a big background, just, you know, straight in there. But, you know, Matchroom, they do preach, you know, that they're really into grassroots boxing and stuff like that. But yeah, we'll just have to see.
It's ultimate talent, ordinary people, isn't it? Or something like that. Or ordinary people, extraordinary talent is their new...
Oh, is it?
Yeah, something. The new logo. I think everyone had something to say about it.
Yeah, it was...
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Listen, we've been talking a lot about some amazing female boxers there. I texted you earlier about our game. We've got a list, and I'm going to explain Shot Stopper. Shot Stopper's a game We do it week in, week out. Listeners will know now. But he put two names up against one another. Let's just go down the route of soaps. Let's go EastEnders versus Emmerdale. I'm going EastEnders all day. EastEnders versus Coronation Street. Hold on a minute. I can't pick. Shot. Now, I know you don't drink, so I got you a ginger shot.
Lovely.
All right.
It's probably worse, to be honest.
It's a hot one as well. It's a
Oh, bloody hell.
But so what we've done here, so we have done, because we've never had a female boxer, we've done a range of female boxers. So there's no specific weight class here. This is all your personal preference. Let's imagine they're all the same weight.
Yeah.
Okay, so technique, style, heart, grit,
Yeah.
whatever. And we match them off against one another.
Right.
That's what you like.
So I just got to pick one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And if I can't pick, I'll do the shot.
You do the shot, so save a bit, so just a swig.
Yeah. Cool.
So
I'll get it ready then, shall I?
well, you might clear it. You might clear
Well,
it.
you never know.
Yeah, exactly. So this is Shona Whitwell's female boxers. Start us off with Claressa Shields or Ebony Jones.
Claressa Shields.
Why?
Yeah, just experience what Clarissa's done. Yeah, Ebony's just starting off really. She's only had a few fights, so.
Okay. These are completely mixed, aren't they, by
Yeah,
the
yeah,
way?
there's
We've not
all
even
mixed.
Yeah,
on.
it's the thing is I'm just picturing this massive girl and then Ebony Jones.
All right, Claressa Shields or Michaela Myers?
Again, Claressa Shields. You know what I mean? I just think, yeah, she's just got it all, I think.
Okay, Claressa Shields or Lauren Price.
I'm going to say, looking towards the future, Lauren Price.
Why?
Just because I just think Lauren's phenomenal. I really do. And I think in her amateur career, she was always fighting people heavier than her. Like, she was at 75, but she'd always fight her around, she'd sit around 71, 72. So she was like the faster fighter. And she's just got some speed. And I just think people just can't keep up with that, to be honest. And I think with a bit more experience, she's just going to go so far.
Okay.
Lauren Price or Layla Ali?
Lauren Price. I think Layla's like, you know what I mean? She's been there, done it now.
Yeah.
She hadn't fought since I don't even
long time
know.
ago.
Yeah, a long time.
Yeah.
Okay. So Lauren Price or Tyra Brown?
Yeah, Lauren Price.
That's someone in your weight category.
Tyra Brown. Yeah, I think she's featherweight. She recently just beat Sky Nicholson. Yeah, Lauren Price. She's just, I think Lauren Price is just levels above.
Okay.
Lauren Price or Natasha Jonas?
Lauren Price. They boxed not that long ago.
Recently,
Yeah, Royal Albert Hall. I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I thought it was going to be quite a competitive fight, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Tasha just couldn't just control Lauren's flow, to be honest.
Yeah.
So
Right. Okay. So Lauren Price or Amanda Serrano?
Lauren Price.
Really?
I look like a Lauren Price fan, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just obviously it's hard as well. They're not the same weight, so it's hard to kind of.
Imagine they're all the same.
But wasn't
I know,
Serrano
yeah.
that weight at one point?
Yeah, I think she like.
She changed.
Yeah, I think she goes like, but I think she is supposed to be is it featherweight originally or something?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, right now I'd probably say Serrano, but I feel like in a few years' time I'd say Lauren Price.
So what are you going for?
Oh, I don't know.
It's your personal preference. Don't
Yeah.
listen to us.
Yeah, no. I'm going to go with Lauren.
Right.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
All right. Lauren Price or Sky Nicholson?
Lauren Price.
Okay.
Lauren Price or Caroline Dubois? That must be hard to.
So hard to pick.
So different.
Like, oh, God.
Everyone's the same. Let's put it like that. Their weight.
It's
you
so
know.
hard to say. Just like, it's easier to say that and then actually picture it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Lauren Price because I just think Lauren's got more stamina.
Okay.
But Caroline is actually really strong at the weight. So if Lauren was at the same weight, who knows?
Yeah.
But I'm going to say Lauren just stamina-wise.
Okay.
Let you take this one.
Lauren Price or Ramla Ali? Stitch up coming in. Stitch up.
Yeah. Obviously Ramla, teammate. But yeah, I don't know. Lauren Price.
Okay.
The shot's still here.
Lauren Price or Terry Harper?
Lauren Price.
Wow.
Okay. Lauren Price or Maisie Rose?
Maisie Rose, come on, girl.
So Maisie Rose, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going for her.
Why?
She's quality. She
Yeah.
is quality, yeah. No, she's actually got a good pro style, Maisie, to be honest. But yeah, if Lauren's coming to her weight, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never know.
Okay, so Maisie Rose or Savannah Marshall? Yeah, I know. The stretch Maisie.
Yeah, I'm just going to go with Savannah Marshall because I just think she's got the range. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
All right. Savannah Marshall or Katie Taylor?
Katie Taylor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's just the GOAT. Come on.
Yeah.
She's the GOAT.
Yeah.
Head of Carissa.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think, just the attitude as well. Like, I know a lot of people have their opinions on Carissa just because she's very out there. She's very arrogant. I just think an all-rounder, Katie Taylor is the GOAT, 100%.
Yeah.
You ever had any moments with Katie Taylor or anything? You talked or anything? Or?
I did meet her once. We was actually fighting in the same tournament.
Right.
This was my first ever international for England. I was thrown in the deep end, straight into I think it was the EU Championships. Obviously, that's not a thing now. But I was only a junior, so we weren't in the same category. But obviously she was lightweight, I was lightweight, but she was a senior, I was a junior. I got beaten the first round, to be fair, by the one that won it. But yeah, I met her afterwards. So, but yeah, she's a lot smaller in person.
Really?
But that's the only time I've actually met her. And then I watched her fight against Tasha Jonas in the 2012 Olympics. That was incredible.
Yeah.
The atmosphere of the Irish and the English was just unbelievable. Other than that, and I've not really come across her, to be honest. Other than that,
Could be someone to reach out to ask a bit of advice.
yeah.
Especially if it's someone I'm not telling you what to do, but that's someone you aspire to be. It's how do you get rid of all the bullshit? You know, and just do what you do in this day and age.
To be honest, I actually reached out to Tasha Jonas recently for advice because she's always been a fan of mine. And I do rate her as a person, obviously as a boxer. Yeah. But yeah, as a person, I really rate her. And yeah, I asked her for advice not that long ago, to be honest. And she's always got time for people. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, she's lovely.
Wicked. Right, it's not over. I'm just about to see your phone, Fabe. I need glasses now, mate. You should call this the OAP podcast.
You're trying to just find one where
Yeah. So Katie Taylor or TMA Ayton?
Yeah, Katie Taylor. I don't really know much of Tia. I know people are raving about her. I've seen her highlight reel from her debut, which looked good. But yeah, just different levels and experience straight away. So Katie Taylor wins.
Okay.
Can I give you two more? Ramla Ali or Maisie Rose?
I knew that was coming. I knew it. I just knew it. I knew that shot was still there and you were going to say that. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to choose because I'll get stick either way. Ramla probably don't give a shit. But Maisie
she's so laid back.
Yeah, literally. But Maisie just, she'd never...
You wanted to make it a drink there.
Yeah, you just wanted me to
Full
do...
shot,
Oh,
full
the whole shot.
No, I'm joking.
Do what you can.
Right.
Oh, yes.
Champion.
Oh my God, that is nasty.
Do you know what? We have so many athletes in here that can't have shots.
Yeah.
I'm always designated to do their shots. Now I've got a baby. I was like, how can I make people drink who don't drink? I was like,
that's
ginger
a good
shots.
idea. Oh, it's quite nice after, actually, like the burn. But I don't usually do these kind of shots either. I don't do no shots. Do you know what I mean? Because it just ends badly. But
it's good for the soul, though.
Yeah, at least that sounds
good.
good. Do you know what I mean?
You spoke about debuts there. Watching TMA Ayton's debut. Let's talk about your debut in professional fighting. We've not touched on that yet. York Hall. Fight at York Hall. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, obviously York Hall, iconic venue. I'd never fought there before, and obviously a lot of amateurs, even pros, obviously, have fought there. So I thought, why not? You know what I mean? I've got to tick that off the list. Yeah, it was great. Like everyone said, like fighting at York Hall was amazing because, like, you know, the balcony, you can almost touch the people on the balcony when you walk out, and obviously, like, it just gets so packed, like you can really just feel like the atmosphere. Yeah, it was great. It was on Warren show, so obviously linked to Frank Warren, his family. So I got on there and obviously won every round, done a 6-rounder. And to be honest, it was against a 50-50 girl, really. I think Who
was that, by the way?
What was her name?
Just beat her, that's it. I don't need to know her name.
I can edit that out.
Yeah. I don't know her name, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Just some girl from somewhere. But no, she was actually a 50-50 girl. I think she'd won 3. She'd lost 5, but she'd won 3, and all 3 were by knockout. Ooh. So, like, on paper, it was 50-50 fight. You know, at first it was a bit like, oh, well, you know, for a debut, you kind of want someone a bit more like, you know, it's going to make you look $1 million. But yeah, obviously he had to take that fight, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. And obviously knew she obviously got knockout power, so I had to stay switched on. And she was actually like, she was alright. Like, she'd come there to fight, not just bowl over. Do you know what I mean? She had a high guard. She was pressuring me the whole time, and every time I'd hit her, she'd just keep walking forward. Do you know what I mean? So kind of had to adapt after the first round. I think the first round, I felt the pressure to perform. So the first round, I just went out guns blazing. I must have thrown about 200 shots, like, and I think Reese and John were just like, calm down, like, can't. I know I think because it's 2 minutes, I feel like you feel a bit pressured to like throw more shots than usual. Right. But then obviously it's more rounds this time for me anyway. Usually it's 3-3s, but obviously I was doing like 6-2s for this one. So I kind of had to calm down a little bit. But yeah, where she had a high guard, I had to actually throw to the body, which me and John have been drilling in for weeks, because I'm not really a body puncher. Like, obviously from the amateurs, I'm literally just pick and move, counter puncher, on my toes, whereas me and John have been working on like holding my feet a little bit more, sitting down on my shots, body shots, and it just paid off because she had like the tightest guard, so my straight long shots weren't really getting through, which is like my best attribute. So I had to actually mix it up to the body, and yeah, so I won every round, and it was a great experience, to be honest. And yeah, it was amazing.
Was you nervous leading up to it?
Do you know what? I thought I was going to be a lot more nervous than what I was, and I think the difference was like, obviously at GB, like, there's about 20 of you fighting on the same day, so you don't really, there's no like one-on-one attention, and like during the day you're just left to your own devices. Whereas like for my professional debut, like I actually had Reese just with me the whole day, like calming me down. Like he just, you know, kept the vibes going, kept it like
safety
upbeat.
net.
So because he knew like what my nerves can get like. Obviously, like I'm only human, like I'm not going to sit here and say I don't get nervous.
Terminator vibes.
Well, yeah, exactly. I hate when people do that, because it's like everyone gets nervous. If you don't, there's something wrong with you. Like
add something though, like performance wise.
Yeah, everyone says it makes you sharper. I mean, I don't know, but all I know is that everyone gets nervous. Do you know what I mean?
What do you do when the nerves are hitting you?
Well, just I have like breath work techniques, and like I think you've just got to kind of just like stay grounded and stay focused on the game plan and like your tactics, rather than just worrying about what the other girl's going to do and like just letting the whole occasion get to you kind of thing. I did have a mindset coach that I took on a few weeks prior to my debut, and I feel like that really helped, to be honest. Just having someone outside of everything, outside of my coaches, my family, my friends, just to have like someone else's input, you know, it's the extra 1% added to the game, and I feel like that really helped. But yeah, because I had Reece the whole day spending with me, I weren't on my own, I weren't just, you know, lost in my thoughts, and then obviously I had him and John in the warm-up room, and I was pretty much getting warmed up in the toilet. Like, I don't know if you know about York Hall, but the changing room's tiny. So it was all like, you know what I mean, it was all a bit much. But yeah, I thought I was going to be a lot more nervous than I was, so I was quite surprised. But yeah, I felt like I put on a good performance. I was still a bit rusty, like I'd had about a year out, so, you know, I was just getting a bit of ring rust off. But yeah, I think, you know, the performances to come are going to get better and better.
Yeah, definitely. Can you talk to me a little bit about mindset coaches?
Yeah.
Because it's so fascinating to me. I mean, I've got Ronnie O'Sullivan sitting up there, and he's got a mindset coach, like even in snooker, you know, because of the concentration levels and things like that. And I always think, what are they telling them? Like, what can you share that a mindset coach has given you that you use into a day-to-day life?
I think it's just someone to offload to a little bit, someone to like, do you know what I mean, someone that's not really attached to you emotionally. You can offload, you can ring up whenever you need them, and like, and obviously Maggie, shout out to Maggie, she was giving me like breath work, she was doing like hypnosis.
Really?
Yeah, and it really like she's all the way up in Scotland. She was Josh Taylor's mindset coach as well.
Right.
But yeah, so we like FaceTime and stuff, and she'd do hypnosis, and that was the most relaxed I've ever been. So like, I think I'd done that like the day before my fight, and I was just so relaxed.
Wow.
And then just the breath work for when I am feeling those nerves. I think the key is to not fight the nerves. It's just to accept that you're going to feel like this, but then you need to kind of work with your body to kind of like get through it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
So the breath work really helps, just to like I don't know, I think it's to keep the nervous system going, and just, you know, keep your mind connected to your body and stuff like that, and then you can just stay focused. But yeah, I'm not really like a pro at anything, but yeah, I just thought I'm going to add that to my game. And then just from like what happened in the qualifiers, just letting the pressure get to me, I didn't really want to make that same mistake, and I wanted to try and see if I could get on top of that, and I did, to be fair. Like, I weren't really that nervous, to be honest, so pleasantly surprised.
So it works.
Yeah, so
Did she ever tell you about triangular breathing?
I think she said box breathing.
Box breathing.
I don't know what the difference is.
Triangular breathing before I'd ever go on stage, which is like you in for 5, hold for 5, out
that's what
for 5.
Yeah.
Like, it really helps.
Yeah.
And it helps in other performance-wise things. Like, you know, like if you do follow that and you imagine that triangle a little bit. That was years ago on YouTube. Me hunting.
Yeah.
Like,
what would you get nervous then? Yeah.
I never get nervous.
No.
But that's not me trying to be big-headed, because it was like.
Yeah. It's different though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a different. But like, you got a crowd of people. Say you got 1,000 people in front of you.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait to get out there, but I had to control that.
Yeah.
Exciting energy. Because you get too excited, you can
drain yourself.
You can drain yourself. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So I would like, this is not a athletic thing, but I would have like a Guinness, you know, sitting there, and I would just talk with friends. I wouldn't be anywhere near the venue.
Yeah.
And I would do that triangular breathing just before I went on, and you'd be calm and, you know, my ring, so to speak. Not about me, it's about you. And this is especially about women's boxing.
Yeah.
What do you think needs to be done to bring women's boxing to the forefront?
I think now Jake Paul's done MVP and he's signing all these fighters, especially from this country. I think that should kind of give the promoters here a bit of a kick up the arse. Do you know what I mean? So to say, I think, you know, they need to kind of jump on what he's doing, but I think they're just worried about the money side of things and where the money's at. But yeah, MVP seem to have plenty of money. I mean, they give a £250,000 bonus for the best fighter of the night, which is crazy.
That's UFC stuff.
Well, look, let's make a clickbait of that.
Yeah.
Come on. Here's your girl. Sign her up, man.
No, I know. 100%.
You'd be bang up for that, right?
Yeah, 100%. Like, yeah, just need to be given the chance, to be honest. And yeah, I just need someone that's actually interested in like clinical boxing. You know, you haven't always got to have a scrap. You ain't always got to, you know, go to wars. Do you know what I mean? I think people forget about, you know, the old school clinical fighting. Do you know what I mean? Clinical boxing. Like Katie Taylor, like last weekend, she didn't get in a scrap with Serrano. She stuck to her boxing. It was clinical, you know, it was accurate. Like everything was just on point, and like not one point was there like, you know, a war going on. It was perfect, and I think people forget about that side of it.
We was talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
About like boxers should just, it's called boxing for a reason. It's not called fighting.
Yeah.
So stick behind the jab.
Yeah.
I say pass and move.
Yeah.
Like it's football. You just hit the jab, move, hit a jab again. Just keep moving around.
Yeah,
them.
exactly.
You don't need to get into wars. That's the way I see it.
And people like Turkey, like we were saying as well, like...
Oh, yeah, he said he doesn't want no Tom and Jerry fights.
Yeah, but the thing is, the art of boxing, you know, it's an age-old century thing, you know.
Yeah.
Just if you want to scrap, go and be with Dana on the other side then. You know what I mean?
And styles make fights, so it's like sometimes you are going to have those fights where one's cutting off the boxer and the other one's, you know, running around the ring. Like sometimes you're just going to get that. Like,
and would he have said
can't
no to
prevent
Mayweather?
that. Do you know what I mean? Not everyone's going to want to go in there, go to war and get brain damage. Do you know what I mean?
exactly.
Like
would he have
it's
said...
hit and not get hit at the end of the day. So
would he have said no to Mayweather though? You know, like someone like as prestigious as he is, with the old, you know, like literally whatever it is going on. Like, are you going to say no to the man who created the zero?
Yeah.
You know, like
started from him.
It all started from him, and like that guy. I mean, I'm just a boxing fan. You know, I'm just a fat guy in the corner of a bar that loves boxing. And you've been an amazing guest, Shona. Like, honestly, like, thank you so much for.
Thank you.
Oh, don't! I've loved being here.
No, you're
Apart from
welcome.
the shot.
Oh, yeah. You're welcome
It's my
anytime.
fault,
I
sorry.
knew it was coming.
Wait, when you find your deal and you have your next fight and whatever, well, whenever you got your next fight, come back in. We'll come see you, man.
Oh,
Like,
100%.
We'd love to.
100%.
We'd love to support what you do. You're not done yet.
Yep.
More shots.
No more shots.
No more shots. No more shots. This is a little questionnaire that we like to do that's non-related to any of the questions previous, just to find out a little bit about you. It's called Last Orders,
Brilliant.
and we just ask these random questions. Okay. Number one, what's your favourite emoji and why?
Favourite emoji? Probably the fist emoji. It's just typical boxer emoji, innit? Do you know what I mean? So, yep.
Do you have any hidden talents?
Hidden talents, God. I can move one eye like that, if you want to see.
Go on in. Do that the camera, go on.
That's the thumbnail.
I used to be bog-eyed, so
Mate.
I used to have a patch over my eye and everything when I was at school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so, but it's all good now, don't worry, guys.
Okay. You know what? When you got your next professional fight and you're doing that, just do that.
Yeah, when you have the stare off.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Imagine.
What the fuck? Right, your favourite film of all time and why?
I'm really bad at these questions. I used to love a film called, I don't know if you've seen it, Man on Fire.
Yeah.
That used to be like my
Denzel.
favourite film growing up, so I'd probably just say that. Other than that, Shrek.
Oh, right.
I just love a bit of Shrek. You know when you've got nothing else to watch on the TV and you're just like, just put a bit of Shrek on, you know what I mean? Or Harry Potter.
Right.
Now I'm just reeling off films, but yeah.
Promotional idea.
You get the gist.
Come out as the Princess Shrek. And then
With the eye.
Yeah, with the eye. And then like...
I'll just scare people off, you know what I mean?
All right, what's one thing you can't live without?
Can't live without fake tan.
Really?
Yeah, fake tan. Yeah. Always got to have, like, pre-fight fake tan.
Really?
No way. So,
Yeah,
like,
just-
bodybuilder vibes.
I just, well, not that bad, but yeah, I just can't be bothered to like sit in the sun for hours, take forever to tan. Do you know what I mean? So
So we got to get a sponsor for you.
yeah,
Yeah.
fake tan.
Yeah.
Hit me up.
After sun. You just come off holiday, so you look nice and glowing. Listen, Shona, thank you so much for coming in. You've been amazing. This is your last question.
Yeah.
Any advice to any young girls that want to start in boxing? What would you tell them?
What would I tell them? Probably what I'm telling myself now. Even still, just to stick at it, just embrace the highs and the lows of your career or whatever you're doing, and just literally just keep going. Like, there will be light at the end of the tunnel, and there will be a point where things just click into place and it will all happen for you. And yeah, don't let anyone tell you what you can't do, and just prove everyone wrong.
Like I say it, Fabe, I always say it, but I think that was like one of the top 3 of my
was
favourite
emotional.
interviews. that was one of my
That was
favourite
good.
interviews,
That was
man.
good. I
Like,
liked
really good. Listen.
No, I think that was one of my favourite ones, actually. I loved it. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
That's
Well,
good.
look, listen, guys. Oh, I did it again, didn't I? I
Yeah.
doled it.
Yeah.
That is the Champ and Contender over and out. That is Shona Whitwell. Where can everybody find you on where can everybody find you on social, Shona?
As Instagram, Shona_Whitwell, and then Facebook, Shona Whitwell. I'm not on Twitter because it's too bitchy. So
Mate, you go on Twitter, you open up saying it is
crazy.
like
Opening a can of worms.
It's crazy on there.
Yeah.
porn or fighting. That's all it is.
I'm not on that.
Right, that's another podcast. Anyway, Shona, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you. I've loved
Let us
it,
know when your
guys.
next